And so after a decade on the book, it all comes down to this: Dan Slott's final issue of The Amazing Spider-Man with issue number 801. How did things come full circle? Well, let's hop on in together and find out. So this comic actually opens with a page once again reiterating Spider-Man's origin story. I would joke about how 801 issues in we don't really need this, but it's actually quite important to the overall story, especially the stuff with Uncle Ben and how quickly his life was snuffed out. The bulk of the story actually doesn't involve Spider-Man at all, but this guy right here, Carl. He's a workaday office drone in New York City, and he's about to have the worst day of his life. First, he gets a phone call from the hospital saying that his father is on his deathbed and that he better hurry if he ever wants to say goodbye. Then he misses his cab, then he needs some smokes, only to discover that the store he's gone into is currently getting robbed by a twitchy gunman who's only getting twitchier. Carl would have been killed that day if not for the quick intervention of Spider-Man, still very early on in his career, not long after his stint as a wrestler and not long after the death of Uncle Ben. Because Spider-Man saved this dude's life, he's able to get to the hospital, say goodbye to his father, and from there, well, live a rich and full life wherein he became an uncle, a father, suffered ups and downs like all of us in any life, all the while always remembering that Spider-Man was the one that made all of this possible. Many years later, Carl actually gets a chance to repay Spider-Man's kindness. You see, the web-slinger is duking it out with Mr. Negative's inner demons. But Carl, simply by being in the right place at the right time, manages to trip up one of the bad guys and stop him from getting away with a dangerous weapon. He and Spider-Man reconnect. Peter doesn't remember him, but hey, he's fine with it. He saves lots of people after all. And in a funny little aside, Carl is sure to tell Spider-Man that he quit smoking. Now, Carl's niece Judy is a little less impressed by all of this. It's her first time meeting a superhero, and she wishes she could have seen one of the bigger ones, you know, like Thor, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, the sort of heroes that when they save the day, they save the entire world. Carl, however, has a very different view on these types of things. He says that every time Spider-Man does save the day, save anyone for that matter, he does save a world, an entire world. Oh sure, Spider-Man might look like he only saves one person at a time, but that person could be a friend, a lover, a brother, a mother, and even, why yes, an uncle. The ripple effect of Spider-Man's kindness is almost too hard to really pin down. And even if some people don't know or don't care, Carl knows, he's always known, and he's going to take that feeling with him wherever he goes in life. And so that was The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 801, everybody, and overall I thought it was a very sweet little one-and-done story that allowed Dan Slott to say goodbye to Spider-Man while also really hit home what the character means to him personally. Say what you want about the quality of the man's almost decades worth of work, I gotta say this one left me feeling really nice, like a warm little hug. Beyond that, not really sure what else to say about it, except maybe if you dropped off Dan Slott's Spider-Man run, maybe check this one out. I would actually give it a 9 out of 10, real solid stuff.
Hey there everyone, it's Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of these other videos I've been hard at work on. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to date on what I got coming out from the channel next. And hey, if you're in the market for a brand new comic book trade and want to save yourself some money, use my book depository link down in the description. Not only will you not have to pay a cent for shipping, but everything you buy via my link goes to help me in the channel, which is always much appreciated. So until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel. I will be back again next time with more great comic content that absolutely smacks. Bye bye everybody.